Hello, welcome back to the altar. Hang on, I'm coming. Hold on, I'm almost there. Okay, jeez, woo. Holy. Welcome back to the altar, a mod pack I've been working on over the last year or so. That's not finished, but I wanted to start making some videos, sort of a let's play type of vibe, you know? Mostly to help me get back into the swing of things, but also I think it's gonna help me figure out how, good the pack actually is, and figure out what things I need to add along the way. These videos probably won't come out for a while. It's gonna be like here and there between everything else I got going on. So there may be like updates, and there may be, things that you don't see in the videos that you do in the future in the mod pack. But this is just a way for me to figure out what to do along the way. What's fun about this pack is it has a completely customized progression all the way from the start. We're going to start with the create mod, but everything has been customized to make the flow kind of feel more like...
Narrator off.
But yeah, basically I wanted the progression to be different, but also feel natural. We also have Jetlagg added in later on with completely like customized machines. All of the tiers are different now. There's so many custom multi-blocks and recipes, and it's going to be really fun. At least I hope so. That's why I'm playtesting it, to kind of go through it myself and see what's going on. Okay, well, first thing we need to do is find a spot to live, I guess. Preferably not in this gross brushland biome. Okay, that seed was really bad, so I just made a new one. This place is pretty nice. Let's just start here. Oh, look, free sugar cane. In the progression of this mod pack, progression is entirely based on this tech tree. So any items that we want to make and any progression we want to make through the quest book, we need to unlock in the tech tree first. So for example, right now, if we want to make andesite alloy, we cannot. It doesn't exist. We can see the recipes and stuff if we want to, but we can't actually use the item, which is why we need to complete this quest to unlock it. All of these have their own research packs that we need to submit to the quest, and then we will be able to unlock it. So we're going to start with this primitive research here. This just sort of takes some base materials to get you started in the actual game. I want to force the player to play the game a little bit before actually unlocking anything. I feel like sometimes you can just rush like the best create machines, and I feel like that kind of like ruins the progression. We also have some quests here, some descriptions to let you know what's going on. Basically what I just explained. And then, so our first goal is going to be to unlock andesite alloy. So we'll need to make one of these research packs. So we're going to need a couple of things to make this. We're going to need some andesite, which I'm pretty fortunate that we have this big mountain of it right across from our starting point. With Terralith installed, finding andesite can actually be kind of difficult sometimes. And we are going to be making a lot of andesite alloy throughout this. So it's never a bad idea to go ahead and get a bunch of andesite. We'll just get a stack for now. We're also going to need to find some carrots somewhere. I think that means we'll need to find a village and hope and pray that they have one. I tried to add this mod that adds random wild bushes to the game, so maybe we can find one that way. This seems to be kind of working. Ah, there we go. Well, at least it has a couple carrots. Let's see, farming some carrots. No buckets yet, so we'll have to make do like this for now. Also gonna farm some wheat because we will need a bit of that too. The only other two things we need to get are iron and amethyst. Iron we can find by using the prospector that we get as a quest reward, and it looks like there's a huge copper iron vein in this area. So let's see if we can dig down and find that. Jetlagg ore veins are pretty different in that they all spawn in large chunks. So we can see that this copper iron vein kind of spreads all throughout here. You can also find these rocks on the surface to indicate where different ores may be. So if we dig down here, there should be some copper and iron eventually. Okay, I know it's kind of dark to see, but this is it. So let's mine around for some iron and pyrite. I'm going to start with just a little bit of iron because we're going to have a way better way of mining here in just a couple minutes. Alright, let's smelt some iron. We don't have coal right now, so we're gonna have to use some planks to smelt things. Then we can grab some iron nuggets to make the primitive research. And then last thing we need is amethyst. Amethyst can be pretty tricky to find, usually. So I think using this map that shows you all the cave layout, I think that's perfectly fine and acceptable. So you can see where these little like purple circles are. That's where amethyst is going to be. Let's see if we can venture to one of these. Or we just do this and dig straight down into it. There we go. Once you hit the calcite, you know you've reached your amethyst. You don't want to break these budding amethysts though, because those are the ones that actually generate the amethyst shards. And there we go. We can break a couple of these amethyst clusters. The other ones are still growing, but we only need a couple for now. We'll let the rest of these guys grow down here and come back for them later. And there will be better ways of obtaining amethyst in the future. We won't always have to come here and break these guys. But for now, this will be good. So with everything we have now, we can make our first research pack. Boom. And then unlock andesite alloy. All of these tech quests also have a little picture to show you what is actually being unlocked and how you craft it when you do unlock it. I'm eventually going to make this sort of page for every quest in the tech tree, just so I feel like it kind of helps show off what you're actually unlocking.
Narrator.
So that way you don't get lost when you're progressing. Anyway, oh, this should be gone. Okay, it is. Just a visual glitch. Alright, so now we have andesite alloy. So now when we look up andesite alloy, we have everything unlocked now. Let's go ahead and craft some. You can either use iron or zinc to make this. And don't hold back, because you will be using a lot of andesite alloy. So, what is the next step? We can go to this first chapter here to see the actual progression aside from the tech. So we're going to start making some andesite alloy tools, and if you've ever played Greg Tech before, you'll know these tools. Usually you would start by making like iron or steel tools, but in this we have andesite alloy. So you actually won't be able to get steel or anything. Andesite replaces the steel in the progression. So all these have the same tool stats as the steel tools do. Wait, actually that's not true. I think the next one, the nature's alloy, that one has the same. These ones are weaker than steel. Anyway, let's make some tools. Gonna start with the hammer. And then we can use the hammer to make plates that cost 2 andesite alloy per plate. 2 plates will be used to make a file, and then we can make the mining hammer. Mining hammer is gonna basically replace our pickaxe here. And if we go back to our iron mine, we can use this, and we can see that it basically it's pretty good at mining. Does a 3x1 area instead of just 1 block at a time, which allows you to mine out these ore veins way faster. Eventually you can unlock mining tools that dig out like 5x5 areas and 7x7. It gets pretty crazy in the future. So we're going to use this to get some more iron so that we can get more andesite alloy. We also want to pick up any of this create zinc that we see along the way, because these ones do not generate in large veins like the Great Tech ores do. Uh-oh, danger. The danger is gone. Alright, these are my rewards after using an entire mining hammer, which is probably still not going to be enough. Let's make some more tools then. Using the file, we can now make rods. We'll use that to make a screwdriver. 2 more plates gives us the saw. And all of these tools do have a use to them. You're not just making these for nothing. Oh yeah, we can use the saw to make bolts, and then use the bolts to make a screw. And we can make the wire cutters. And what's the last one? A wrench. I'm already out of andesite, so let's make a new mining hammer. I'm just gonna go to town here. Part of me playtesting this pack is gonna be figuring out, you know, like what is balanced, unbalanced, you know, what feels fun to go and collect, and what feels like too complex and strenuous to what am I trying to say here? To be mining everything, you know what I mean. You know, if it feels like you're making too much andesite alloy, or if it feels like too hard to get, that's when it's time to take a step back and balance some recipes. But I feel like so far, I feel like it's been pretty good. I've playtested before up to unlocking, I think, brass research, and it felt pretty good so far, so I think we'll stick with it for now. But of course, your feedback is more important than anything. So, you know, YouTube comments, you can join the Discord to give feedback on anything in the pack, or anything in general. Yeah, that's a good amount of andesite for now. Okay, we got the last of the tools. We need the wrench. And then we also have these mining tools. So we already made the mining hammer. The same thing we have for the spade and the axe. So the spade will dig up a 3x1 area, and the axe can chop down entire trees at once. Makes tree mining a lot faster. Because I don't think anybody enjoys climbing up the trees and breaking them all down. Alright, well, we've gotten ourselves set up with some tools here. We have another research that we can unlock now. We'll be able to unlock coal and the coke oven, except now we need 2 research bottles. Ooh, it's getting fancy out here. Good thing we already have what we need. One thing I do want to do is maybe get a little, like, animal farm going. Cows and sheep are gonna be pretty important to farm early game. Oh yeah, I forgot I was getting the next research. Whoops. Hold on. Alright, unlock coal. Okay, and then I think up here I'm gonna try to do a little like farming area for animals, I mean. There were carrots right here the whole time. I went all the way to the village to find them. Yeah, I also need to add fast leaf decay because sometimes this is pretty slow. Personally, I'm a big fan of fast decay. Alright, I know there's a big group of cows over here, so let's go get those guys. Oh yeah, what's good, y'all? Come along to your permanent home. Step on in, here you go. Yep, come on in. Oh, pay attention. Lock in, hello? Come on. Trap. There you go, guys. We'll get some sheeps later. For now, let's move on in the progression. Let's make a coke oven. Unlocking the coke oven is going to allow us to both make charcoal and coal coke, which is a more powerful fuel source. We also get creosote out of making this, but we'll first need to make the coke oven. We're just going to need a lot of sand and clay to make this guy, so this shovel is going to come in nice and handy here. After gathering all of our coke oven materials, we'll need a knife. Then we need to use a saw on a plank to get a wooden form, and then use the knife to get the brick wooden form. Then we can use this to make all the coke clay that we need. Then we just have to smelt all this up. Alright, so we'll wait for a couple minutes for all of this to smelt. Oh, in the meantime, let's go through here. I made a nice little farming area. We got our cows. We'll have some sheep up here. I put in this nice little path all the way up here where we have our carrots and wheat for now. Definitely gonna have some more in the future. Just got a nice little area started out here. Also, if you make a GregTech scythe, you can just come in here and just break all your crops real easily, just like that. So then you don't have to like hand place them back down. I am gonna go try to get that sheep while I'm waiting on all the coke bricks to smelt. Okay, everybody, here we go. Okay, we're looking pretty good here on the coke oven. We need to turn all of these into the actual bricks. Then, including 4 plates, we can make the coke oven block. Now, I just need to figure out where I'm gonna do this. Okay, and then after building the coke oven, we'll just build this guy up like this. I had some time in between, so I made a couple extra coke ovens. 2 of these are going to be used for turning wood into charcoal, and then one's going to be used for turning charcoal into... I've also kind of structured this area out so that in the future we can have some storage over here. Because we're going to end up getting creosote as well as coke, and then we'll need to input wood into these. We just need to do that manually until we get the create stuff though. Let's go up here and then let's put wood into both of these. These are both gonna make charcoal now. And then once the charcoal is done, we'll put it in this last one. to turn into coke. I want a way to store our creosote for a little bit, so I'm gonna make one of these drums. For now, I'll just grab whatever comes out of these and pop it in here. With the creosote now, we can turn some normal planks into treated wood, and this is what we're going to be using to like craft all of the andesite casings. But now we actually have to unlock those. So with 3 research packs, we're going to get kinetic machinery 1. So let's craft 3 of those, and that's going to unlock all of this stuff for us, all of the base create machines. So with that treated wood from earlier, we can make the andesite casings now. We get a free wrench here as one of the quest rewards, and we can now make our first machine. Making the mechanical press will allow us to change our 2-to-1 plate recipe into 1-to-1. Let's grab this. Now I just need a place to start making a little create workshop. This should be good for now. Okay, and then over here is where I'm gonna get the actual create stuff set up. I'll just put it here. Alright, so the mixer, or wait, what is this? The press. Hold on, I gotta make this look nice. For some reason, I'm like really hyper fixated on making everything look pretty right now. I mean, I've been going a little overboard like here and there. It's crazy. I'm having fun though, and that's good. Okay, that's way better. Now, before we can start using this to turn our andesite alloy into plates, we need a way to power it. So, we don't have water wheels. So that means we have to unlock a research. But we only get the hand crank. So yeah, that means we'll need to make the hand crank, use that to power this for a while, and then unlock the water wheel later. That means we'll need 4 research packs for this. Then we go monk. And now we can make the hand crank. Except I'm already out of andesite alloy, even after all that one I got before. That could partially be because I've made so many tools already. Just for all the base building I've been doing. Oh, I had some andesite and iron left over, which is good. So we don't need to go mining quite yet. So just a couple of crafts to make the small gear, and we'll get the hand crank after I get the right tools. Jeez. Okay, now we can power this guy and use it to make some plates. Yup, this is good. So now we'll get plates with 1 ingot instead of needing 2 to make 1 plate. We can't even make water wheels until we start making the next research. So we'll need to power a mixer with this thing too. Speaking of mixers, we do actually need to make one of those now. And these things are not really cheap. Just gotta do this a couple more times. We also need to take a couple bolts and put these through the press. That will make rings, which we need to make the fan, or the rotor. Okay, a couple more crafts. I'll make a cogwheel and the mixer. Can't use this thing yet though, we need to make a couple more things. We'll need to make the basin, which is what we put the stuff into for it to mix. Also, not very cheap. We need more andesite already. Okay, I'm about to rock 2 mining hammers to get more andesite and iron. Oh, I have plenty of iron. Never mind. Guess who just broke 2 mining hammers? Oh, jeez. Let's just use all of this, honestly. Alright, there's some more andesite. That's gonna be good. I like looking at the statistics while I'm playtesting this. So I can see like how many times I've made something. So we've already made 367 andesite. We can see that I've broken 5 axes, 4 hammers. Like, that's crazy. I don't think that the statistics apply when things start being automated, but you know, still fun for now. Okay, now I gotta remember what I was doing. Hold on. Basin. So basin needs double plates, which is 2 andesite alloy plates. So things immediately get more expensive right away. And we need a casing as well. Whoops. Okay, basin. We also want 1 more cogwheel in order to slap on the side of this thing. Because we need to do this, and then we can attach the hand crank, and then we can use it. Okay, so this is good. Now we need to work on making andesite research. This will probably be the last thing I do in this part. We'll just get through the whole primitive age, and then we'll see how much of the next age we can do. Because after getting andesite research, we're gonna do a lot more create stuff all the way up until unlocking brass research. So let's look at the andesite research recipe. Oh wait, we can't. I have to unlock it. Freaking Factorio, man. Alright, we are already out of andesite, so I gotta go find more of that. Alright, anywho, let's make some primitive research. Get this guy. And then, boom, now we can craft it. This will go away in a second. There we go. So for andesite research, we need kind of sort of everything involved in that we've been making so far. We're gonna need some zinc. So all that zinc that we've been picking up in the caves will be good. We just need the zinc nuggets. We will need the creosote to go into here. We'll need some andesite alloy rods. So we just need one of those in there. One zinc nugget. Grab a bucket of creosote and pop that in here. Last two things we need are a cogwheel and a piece of coke. Boom. And then let me just go grab that from the coke oven. And then go boop and boop. Alright, that should be it. Let's grab the hand crank and get working. And boom, we have our first andesite research. Now we have some new things that we can unlock right away. We have kinetic force 2, which is going to unlock the water wheels, so we don't have to use the hand crank anymore. We have logistics 1, which is going to unlock conveyor belts and depots and some basic logistical contraption stuff. Then we have a high temperature mixing. I don't know why the blaze burner recipe is not like that, but we get the blaze burner along with copper nickel and glowing metal. I think I'm going to hold off on doing anything else until next time though. This feels like a good place to leave it for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Sick base tour just for the outro. Here we go. I don't know why this moves so fast. Whee! Okay, goodbye.